Well, I should have had y'all with me earlier. Nothing exciting happened, but we just came in after school. Had a road closure today, so I had to travel a different route. But I got in and took a load of wood and delivered it. Now we're getting ready to go pick up Landon and pick up a firewood processor somebody's been working on this week. Give it a good test run. See what it does. It'll be Christmas break here in a few days. Probably already will be by the time y'all see this. But we'll head that way. Trustees over to check on where it's been damaged some. Well, they dug a grave and they'd come work on it today. But getting ready to unload this firewood processor and take it down and get it set up. When we got back from the cemetery, I went down there and leveled up a little. Well, I didn't level it up, but cleaned up a spot to set it. We'll get it set off the truck and try to get it down there and put in place. I don't guess I'll get time to try it this evening. I believe I'll pull the truck up here where it's a little more even terrain, far from level. Chained down all four corners and put a strap across it. I had to offset it to this side some because of my platform, and I would have made probably the rollers and everything stuck out to that side a little farther if it hadn't been for hauling it home, which I can always add to later. let's go over this thing a little bit here. What I had been doing, and if y'all watch my channel, you know, is I'd take a few logs over with my tractor and the forks and set them down, saw them up, get some more, and I was either leaving the tractor running or, you know, turning it off and restarting it during that time, and I didn't like doing that. So what I came up with, we took some 4-inch pipe, built a frame to stack logs on. I had a sawmill roller, from the old sawmill, put that on here. I probably need to add a few more feet of roller on that end, like 2 feet or something. Got this handle here that I can pull down to hold the log from moving when I'm sawing it. It's weighted to where it raises itself back up. The chainsaw is mounted on a pivot right here with adjustable heights wherever I want it, depending on the different saw I might be using or something. Currently, ouch, oh, I just wiped out. Currently I don't have a switch, but I'm gonna be getting a switch. Just got a 12-volt battery sitting there. That's a torque motor for a dump truck. I'm gonna get a forward and reverse switch for that. This is just a pipe here with a solid rod going through it. I've got holes drilled in it to where I can grease it with a grease fitting. Just made these little fins. They need to be a little taller. They're not hardly tall enough to catch the log. I'll probably add a little weld in there, or maybe a little piece of key steel on top of them eventually to raise those up. This piece is to where I can stick my forks through it and the platform can't slide side to side, and then I can chain off over here in order to lift that side and get it to move. You can see how I've got my sprocket chain and things ran. This is your drive sprocket. That's an idler tensioner pulley. It's just a number 40 roller chain. Got the handle weighted. But this is here just as a safety to catch the logs from rolling all the way off. I didn't want to get them in too close to where the log would get hung up. Really what I need is a roller standing up here and one right in there, just standing up, a roller that'll spin and they'll ride against. I'll probably trying to figure out something for that. One big advantage to this setup is not standing in the mud all the time. Walking in the mud and that type of thing, because you can tell it's a mess down there where I've been running with the tractor. A little bit hard to gauge the length of my logs. I need to put me something on there to gauge the length of how far they're coming out. just one of them things I'll have to improve on, but overall, I'm happy with it. It works good. It's going to keep my saw sharp. If I had somebody helping me, they could be running the splitter and splitting this while I was sawing it. Eventually, I'll probably try setting my splitter under here and maybe saw a block off, split it, saw a block, I don't know. We'll try different things along the way and see how it does. Most of what I've got right here, smaller things. I've got one pretty good size log on there. But as long as it's not real knotty, I think it's going to work pretty good even with a bigger log. But I can't have knots to get hung up on. Got the platform, it's got mesh welded on it. So it's not slick. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. Pretty happy. I'm going to keep using it a while and see how it does. That battery should, I can just take that battery and charge it overnight and it should be ready for the next day. Easy on the back. And everything. Easy on chains because it's a chain. You're not going to get in the dirt and the mud. Sawing. Easier on the tractor. It's not setting and idling or starting and restarting a lot. I don't know. I think it's going to work pretty good. But if y'all will, let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you would. I hope you enjoyed this little video. There'll be more to come on this. Probably some improvements and changes along the way. I've got basically the only thing I bought that I didn't have already was the sprockets. I already had the chain. I had to buy the sprockets. I had the motor already here. The battery I already had. The materials. I mean, it's pretty well didn't cost me much at all. I've got about $100 invested in it. As far as out-of-pocket money right now, if you had to buy all the materials, it'd be a little different. Had the roller bed, of course, so it was worth trying to see how it done. But we'll talk to you later. Appreciate you watching, and please leave a comment. I guess you'd call this a hybrid firewood processor, wouldn't you? Battery powered and gas powered. Hybrid firewood processor. Who would have thought, old Hillbilly would have thought up that idea?